Yo, what's going on, guys? This is S Production Games, and we're in part 12. Is it? I keep forgetting. Yeah, I think it's part 12. Yeah, part 12, and we're continuing our little collision detection series. That's what I call it. We're gonna continue where we left off there, and let's show it off. Let's run the game. What we got so far? Title menu. Here we go. Now you see it's supposed to turn white when the obstacles are collided with the player, and obviously when you see here it's not working well because look, man, I'm really touching it and it's going white. It's like, whoa, so that's a problem. That means something's wrong with the collision. So we're gonna go back. Now what we're actually gonna do, this is what worked for me, and it's like a charm, man, a charm. Since we got, let's go to the player class. We got this. Come on, where you at? The C width, C height. Now this is pretty much setting up the rectangle for our collision that we got set up already, and we got the same thing on enemy rectangle, which is the obstacle, of course. We got those sides set. Now what we can do is draw, because right now the rectangle is set in place, but it's invisible. We can't see it. So if we actually let it be visible, then we can see what the problem is. We can see what's going on. So we're gonna keep everything as they are, and we're gonna just draw. We're gonna pretty much make the collision bounds for each the player and the obstacles visible, so we can see what's going on. So let's go to the player class. We're gonna go to the draw rect, and we're gonna do another one. We're just gonna do. So now, if you ain't noticed, I didn't talk about it in the other video, but the player is in a circle shape, and I heard there was you can do the collision detection with circles, but I think that makes it too confusing because we're using rectangles for obstacles, and it'll be crazy to use different shapes. I don't know. I think it's gonna be hectic. So since I hear also that it's more convenient using rectangles for collision detection, that's what's widely used and it's easier, that's what we're gonna do. So what we're gonna do, so already pretty much we've been putting this in place, the rectangle being the collision detection for the player, which is a circle. So we're gonna do g dot draw rect. Alright, we're gonna cast int. We can experience the same thing. Now what I'm gonna do here, okay, we're gonna do minus c width here, because c width and the radius is the same thing. Alright, we're gonna go here and we're gonna do int y minus c height. Oh, I didn't put c on the other one here. Okay, put c here. You can see, and then over here there's actually the size. Let's do 2 times c width, which is the same thing. I could put r here too. I could have, but just that way it makes sense. Hope you understand that. Alright. So let's run it and see what happens. Okay, so the player setup is right. See, now the boxes around it is the collision detection. So for the player, it's right. So the problem must be with the rectangle. So we're gonna do that same thing for the rectangle, and we're gonna detect the rectangle. So if we go to first, let's go quick to entity. Well, you know what? The thing is, no. Let's go back to player. What I pretty much did was copy this, but I didn't really copy what's in entity class. So as you can see here, this is the rectangle that we're getting for the player. So actually what I did here is what we need. That's why it turned out so perfect. But so let's go back to entity real quick and look at it. X minus C width, and C plus Y. So let's go back here and actually what's taking place if we just take out the multiple of 2 and play it, you will see the actual collision detection bounds where it is for player, which is right there. Wow, that's weird. Okay. Now let's go to any rec and we're gonna do the same thing. Let's just do G dot draw rect cast int X, cast another int for Y, and then you're gonna do C width and C height. Now that's the actual thing we got at the entity class. So let's see how that looks. No, it's still not working. Why is that not working? Okay, let me stop real quick. Okay, we're back again. Now I figured out what the problem was. When you look at the entity class, we had X minus C width and Y minus C height, which is we got that set in the player class, but in the enemy rect, which is the obstacle, I keep saying that so people don't get confused. See, this is what I added here. This is what we didn't have. I forgot to add this minus C width and the C height. Now when we add that and we run it, it's going to show us the exact location where the collision boxes are. Now look, boom. See, that's what's going on. Now you see when we get to the box, you see it actually changes. And if I go this, it's not detected because where you see the outline boxes are, that is where the actual collision bounds are. So that's the reason why. So it's working, but we don't have the coordinates set at the correct position, right? So let's get back in here and let's fix that. So the main problem is for the let's go back to the player. Well, let's go in the entity class. Where are you, entity? Okay. Are we gonna change this? Go back to the player real quick. Look at it. So we're following the same thing, but we need the enemy rect to be the same, right? This can't be different because if this is different, it's not gonna work. So if I add the ×2 in the entity and then add that as well in the same way since as the enemy rect, that would work, right? That'll throw everything off. Let me think on this. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do to avoid confusion. We're using the rectangle right here, which is, have different. It's used differently. As you know, the circle has the radius, and we're not using radius in a rectangle. So when the things are concerned to the player, the circle, we're going to use radius just so it don't cause confusion. And then whatever they're concerned with the rectangle, we're not going to use radius, which is pretty much the same thing because as we got radius is 15 and the C width and C height is 15 as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to, at the entity class, it's going to mimic this, and in the enemy rectangle it's going to kind of mimic it as well. Since we got X and Y, we're going to go back. I kind of messed around here. Let's just, well, does it need it? It doesn't need it, no. Let's go to entity class and let's see. Let me see something here. We're going to try something out. Let's take this out, take that out, and we're going to do ×2, and this right here, the same thing too, ×2. Now that's going to happen with the enemy rect as well. So we need to make sure we do the same thing here so people can see where the actual collision bound is. So let's do that here again, times 2. And we get that set. Now we're taking this out since we're not using it in the actual entity class, which is the real collision detection rectangle location. Okay, so get that there, and let's go to the player class. Make sure that same thing. Now this got to be times 2 as well, since it's going to be an actual entity. Alright, so we got that set, and we're going to run it, and it should be the way we see it. Okay, so as you can see, the collision box is working, but the size is smaller. Now you see the box around the player is accurate as well. Let's go back to the enemy rect class, and let's set this thing up here as well. So you see where we got 20 and 50, that's the same thing as C width and C height. So let's change that. C width, let's go here, C height. Let's go here, C width, let's go here, C height. And here we're gonna do the same thing. I could copy and paste all that, but I'm not doing it. Let's just type it since it's right. Get her done. Alright. The same thing here. Oh my gosh. C width. And we're gonna put C height. And we gotta multiply these by 2. Yeah. Alright. So we're running now, it should be no problem. The bounds should be connected, and yeah, look at that. This thing can be much bigger, so we multiplied by 2. So look at that. The collision is on point now. Let's make this smaller because this is ridiculous. Now the good thing is that before I had all these numbers, and you see I had changed all these sequence C height. Now imagine if I kept the numbers. If I wanted to adjust the numbers each and every time, I would have to do it all over again. But since I got sequence C height here, I go back up here and change it over here. Yeah, see, now let's make it smaller, 100, and let's make that 30, and let's play that out. And we play it, and it's smaller, manageable, and look, the collision is great. Boom. See, it turned white when we actually do collide with it. So now we have the collision boxes at the right location with the obstacles and the player. Now we're gonna do the same thing. We gotta add the collectibles to add a scoring system, and then they had the same collision system as well. So guys, we accomplished the collision based method, right? That's what we would say. I don't know, but it works, and going through this myself helped me understand it more. So I'm happy that, you know, going through this helped me, because before this I was using this stuff, but I didn't really have a good understanding, and I had problems with it. So now I'm thankful that, you know, of course I'm not through it, and I don't got it all the way 100% down pat, but I made some progress here. So I hope you guys make some progress as well. And if anybody got any tips or anything, please fill me in. You know what I'm saying? Let's work together on this stuff. And thank you guys for viewing, and stay tuned for the next video whenever that happens. I don't know. Thanks guys.